Innovations and Inventions, the Telegraph. Welcome to History Explained, where we illuminate the past to better understand our present. I'm your guide to your daily journey through the past to empower the future. Today is Sunday, June 22, 2025. As we do every Sunday, we're exploring a revolutionary innovation that fundamentally changed how humans communicate and conduct business. Today, we turn our attention to the telegraph, the first technology to enable near-instantaneous long-distance communication. Developed in the 1830s and 1840s, the telegraph revolutionized commerce, journalism, diplomacy, and daily life by allowing messages to travel faster than any human could carry them. What makes the telegraph particularly fascinating is how it represented humanity's first step toward our modern connected world. This innovation compressed time and space in ways previously unimaginable, creating the foundation for all subsequent communication technologies. So let's explore the development of this world-changing invention, examining the scientific discoveries that made it possible, the key figures who brought it to life, its rapid global adoption, and its profound impact on 19th-century society. The telegraph's origins lie in the scientific understanding of electricity that developed throughout the 18th and early 19th centuries. Researchers like Benjamin Franklin, Luigi Galvani, and Alessandro Volta had demonstrated electricity's basic properties, while others explored its potential for communication. The key breakthrough came with the discovery of electromagnetism by Hans Christian Ørsted in 1820, which showed that electric currents could affect magnetic needles. This principle suggested that electrical signals could be transmitted over distances and detected at the receiving end. Several inventors simultaneously worked on electromagnetic communication systems. In Britain, William Fothergill Cooke and Charles Wheatstone developed a telegraph system using multiple wires and needle deflections. In America, Samuel Morse created a simpler system using a single wire and a code of dots and dashes. Samuel Morse, originally a portrait painter, became interested in telegraphy after learning about electromagnetic experiments during an ocean voyage in 1832. Working with physicist Joseph Henry and machinist Alfred Vail, Morse spent years perfecting his system and developing what became known as Morse Code. Morse Code assigned specific combinations of short and long electrical pulses to each letter and number. This elegant solution required only a single wire and could be transmitted over long distances without degradation. Operators could quickly learn to send and receive messages by listening to the rhythm of electrical clicks. The first successful demonstration of Morse's telegraph occurred in 1838, when he sent a message over 2 miles of wire strung around his laboratory. However, securing funding for a larger system proved challenging, as many people dismissed the telegraph as an interesting novelty with limited practical value. Morse's breakthrough came in 1843 when Congress narrowly approved $30,000 to build an experimental telegraph line between Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, Maryland. The vote was so close that it passed by a single vote in the House of Representatives, nearly ending the telegraph's development before it began. On May 24, 1844, Morse sent the first official telegraph message over the Washington-Baltimore line. The message, "What hath God wrought?" taken from the biblical Book of Numbers, demonstrated the telegraph's remarkable capability to transmit information instantaneously across great distances. The telegraph's commercial potential became immediately apparent. Businesses could coordinate operations across multiple locations, receive market information in real time, and respond quickly to changing conditions. The Western Union Telegraph Company, founded in 1851, rapidly expanded telegraph networks across America. By 1860, over 50,000 miles of telegraph wire connected American cities, revolutionizing commerce and communication. The completion of the first transcontinental telegraph line in 1861 connected the east and west coasts, making the Pony Express obsolete overnight. The telegraph's impact on journalism was particularly dramatic. Newspapers could receive breaking news from distant locations within hours rather than days or weeks. The Associated Press, founded in 1846, used telegraph networks to share news among member newspapers, creating the first modern news service. Telegraph communication required developing new writing styles and practices. Since messages were charged by the word, users learned to write concisely, eliminating unnecessary words and developing abbreviated forms. This economic pressure created telegraphies, a compressed writing style that influenced later communication technologies. The telegraph also revolutionized military communication. During the American Civil War, both Union and Confederate forces relied heavily on telegraph networks to coordinate troop movements, supply logistics, and strategic planning. The ability to communicate rapidly with field commanders gave significant advantages to armies that could maintain their telegraph lines. International telegraphy required overcoming even greater technical challenges. Submarine cables had to be developed to carry telegraph signals across oceans. The first successful transatlantic cable, completed in 1866 after several failed attempts, connected Europe and North America by telegraph for the first time. The Atlantic cable's completion created a truly global communication network. Messages that previously required weeks to cross the ocean could now be transmitted in minutes. This revolutionized international trade, diplomacy, and finance by enabling real-time coordination across continents. The telegraph's social impact extended beyond business and government. Families separated by distance could maintain more regular contact, though telegraph messages remained expensive luxuries for most people. The technology also enabled new forms of crime, as criminals learned to use telegraph systems for fraud and deception. Telegraph operators became a new professional class, with specialized skills in Morse code transmission and reception. Many operators were women, as the work was considered suitable for female employment. The profession created opportunities for advancement and travel, particularly as telegraph networks expanded westward. The telegraph industry also drove technological innovation in related fields. The need for reliable electrical systems spurred developments in battery technology, electrical insulation, and precision manufacturing. These innovations would later prove crucial for the development of the telephone and electric power systems. As telegraph networks expanded globally, they created the first truly international communication infrastructure. Submarine cables connected continents, while overland lines linked cities and towns across vast distances. By 1900, telegraph messages could reach almost anywhere in the world. The telegraph's influence on language and culture was profound. The speed of telegraph communication created expectations for rapid response that persist today. The technology also contributed to the standardization of time zones, as railroad schedules required precise coordination across long distances. However, the telegraph had limitations that would eventually lead to its replacement. Messages were expensive, required trained operators, and could only transmit text. The development of the telephone in the 1870s offered direct voice communication, though it initially had limited range compared to telegraph systems. The telegraph remained crucial for long-distance communication well into the 20th century. Transatlantic cables carried telegraph traffic for decades after telephone systems became common for local communication. The famous Titanic disaster of 1912 was reported to the world via telegraph messages from rescue ships. Wireless telegraphy, developed by Guglielmo Marconi in the 1890s, extended telegraph principles to radio communication. This innovation enabled ship-to-shore communication and laid the groundwork for radio broadcasting and wireless communication systems. The telegraph's legacy extends far beyond its immediate technical achievements. It established the principle that information could be separated from physical transportation, a concept fundamental to all modern communication technologies. The telegraph demonstrated that global communication networks could be commercially viable and socially transformative. The telegraph also created the first information economy, where timely access to information became a competitive advantage. Stock markets, commodity exchanges, and financial institutions were revolutionized by telegraph access to price information and market conditions. Modern internet communication systems still reflect principles first established by telegraph networks. Concepts like network protocols, standardized addressing, and store and forward message delivery all have roots in 19th-century telegraph systems. The telegraph's rapid adoption demonstrated humanity's hunger for improved communication. Within decades of its invention, telegraph networks spanned continents and connected the world's major cities. This pattern of rapid adoption would be repeated with each subsequent communication technology. As we consider our current digital communication revolution, the telegraph reminds us that each breakthrough in communication technology fundamentally alters social relationships, business practices, and cultural expectations. The telegraph was humanity's first step toward our modern connected world. Thank you for joining us for this exploration of the telegraph's development and impact. Next week, we'll be back with our This Day in History episode examining the significant events that occurred on June 23 throughout history. If you enjoyed this journey through history, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell. What aspects of the telegraph's impact do you find most interesting or relevant to today's communication challenges? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, I'm your guide for History Explained, where we believe that understanding yesterday is the key to navigating tomorrow.